In 2015, Yemen had the beginnings of a water crisis, a drought, and Yemen being an already third world country in the middle of the Middle East, incredibly poor. They had little infrastructure to deal with the drought. They had little government, little money, little anything. And so the drought kind of caused people to panic. And when panic hits an already politically tense region, such as the Middle East, especially Yemen, you get a civil war. And so whatever Yemen did have, it just quickly went to the winds. And very quickly, people are succumbing to disease, famine, the effects of war. And you can already see the damage, even though it's kind of hard to estimate because Yemen, they have, they're concerned with better things right now than, actually maintaining stats for their country. There's wells being polluted because people are just throwing their trash everywhere. Yemen can't provide services considering a third of it is under ISIS related control, Al Qaeda. And yeah, it's just people are getting cholera. There's about, I want to say 90,000 cholera cases right now. That's even more than the Haitian crisis with cholera a couple of years back with some hurricanes. And yeah, on top of the airstrikes, you're getting your salination plants are being destroyed if they're even being built because they're such big objects for terrorism that they see it as a golden opportunity to just strike it out. And so, what little like reservoirs, water that people have, they're being hoarded, taken away, confiscated, and the average person is just having a really bad deal over in that country right now. In fact, about 7.5 million people of all 27 million are starving. They're at food deficiency is what the official statistic is called. About 67% of the kids are malnourished, and if this keeps going with the cholera and the starvation and the dehydration, about 50,000 are predicted to die every year unless some serious foreign aid or the war breaks out. One of those two, both of them, it's really preferable. But there's not really much help internationally coming to Yemen right now because it's been overshadowed by one of its far northern neighbors, Syria. They have a civil war right now, and they've sparked a lot of global issues that is seriously overshadowing what Yemen has, like the refugee crisis. There's a lot of Syrians showing up in the Mediterranean Sea. But going back to Yemen, it being a coastal desert country, yeah, it has a lot of historical precedents. The Middle East is no stranger to being racked with drought, and there's a lot of people saying it's overpopulation because there's currently 20 million, 27 million people in Yemen, a lot more than a couple of years ago because they've been urbanized and they've been helped out a lot by their other neighbors like Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Qatar. A lot of those countries thought they were helping by putting a lot of extra population in there, but with how little resources they have, it wasn't a good idea at all in the long run. That is, and droughts are extremely hard to predict as they're very slow occurring, and often without really analyzing all the variables of the environment around you, you only have historical precedents to go on. And even if you do realize that a drought is coming, third world countries like Yemen can't really prevent, like, or help. I shouldn't say prevent, but help alleviate the effects because of how poor their infrastructure is. Also, considering that they're in a civil war, not only with their inside factions, but also ISIS. There's not very much liberty being taken in trying to save the independent rights of humans, just trying to keep the power of the current government. And you could get extra shipping in, um, along with foreign aid. But again, this has been overshadowed by the Syrian civil war. Also, Yemen's being blockaded because a lot of the ISIS people are acting like Yemenis and attacking their citizens. And so that's about the situation in Yemen right now.